Ladies and gentlemen, prior to tonight's game, we celebrate Senior Night for the Lynchburg Men's Lacrosse program. This group was a part of last year's ODAC championship run and have helped the Hornets to 2 NCAA Division III tournament appearances. Tonight we will be honoring members of the class of 2021 who returned as graduate students this year, along with the senior class of 2022. Let's begin with the class of 2021. Number 4, Peter Robertson, escorted by his brother George and sister-in-law Monica. A midfielder from Palmyra, Pennsylvania, Peter graduated from Lynchburg in 2021 with a degree in marketing. He is enrolled in the university's Master of Business Administration program. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Robertson. Number 6, AJ Neves, escorted by his parents, Mo and Troy, and Aunt Tammy. A midfielder from Centerville, Virginia, AJ graduated last spring with a degree in business administration. He is currently enrolled in the university's MBA program. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Neves. Number 17, Riley Schmidt, escorted by his girlfriend, Jackie. A midfielder from Catonsville, Maryland, Riley graduated from Lynchburg last spring with a degree in economics. He's pursuing a master's in business administration. Ladies and gentlemen, Riley Schmidt. Let's have a round of applause for the Lynchburg Men's Lacrosse graduate student class. And now for the class of 2022. Number 7, Kyle Lewis, escorted by his parents, Teresa and Rick, and grandparents, Carol and Dick. An attackman from Sewanee, Georgia, Kyle was an IMLCA second-team All-American in 2021 after setting the program and conference single-season assist record with 53. He has 62 goals and 113 assists in his career. Kyle will graduate with a degree in business administration and a marketing minor and plans to attend graduate school. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Lewis. Number 9, Tyler Cooney, escorted by his parents, Sean and Brian, and brothers, Henry and Dylan. A face-off specialist from Mullica Hill, New Jersey, Tyler has 63 face-off wins and 34 career ground balls under his belt to go along with 1 goal and 1 assist. Around campus, he is a pass leader and a psychology lab assistant. A Dean's List scholar, Tyler will graduate with degrees in biomedical science and chemistry. After Lynchburg, he plans to work at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, researching congenital heart disease in kids. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Cooney. Number 11, Jack Spears, escorted by his parents, Nancy and Steve. A midfielder from Boston, Massachusetts, Jack has 17 goals and 14 assists in his collegiate career. He will graduate with a degree in sport management and plans to work in sales and marketing for True Lacrosse. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Spears. Number 15, Chris Jennings, escorted by his parents, Nina and Andy, and his brother, Will. A midfielder from Tampa, Florida, Chris has 4 goals and 2 ground balls in his collegiate career. He is highly involved around campus as an all-ODAC performer on the swim team and a staffer for the Crittograph, the campus newspaper. A Dean's List scholar, Chris will graduate with a degree in communication studies and marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Jennings. Number 21, Ryan Kenny, escorted by his parents, Neil and Jamie, and his stepdad, Steve. An attackman from Hingham, Massachusetts, Ryan was an All-ODAC and All-State performer as a junior, and just recently topped the 100-goal mark for his career. He will graduate with a degree in business administration, along with an economics minor. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Kenny. Number 23, Frank Jobko, escorted by his parents, Janet and Ken. A defender from Worthington, Ohio, Frank has 11 ground balls, 4 caused turnovers, and 2 assists in his career. He will graduate with a degree in biology and a sports medicine minor. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Jobko. Number 27, Brett Rogers, escorted by his parents, Ainsley and John, and his brothers, Sean and Kevin. A midfielder from Lynchburg, Virginia, Brett was an honorable mention All-American last season and has 51 goals, 66 assists, and 47 ground balls in his Lynchburg career. He is a Student Athlete Advisory Committee representative and serves on the Student Advisory Council for the College of Business. Brett will graduate with a degree in Business Administration and an Economics minor. Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Rogers. Number 42, Marshall Rodegas, escorted by his parents, Cynthia and Kurt. A defender from Dallas, Texas, Marshall has 79 ground balls, 31 caused turnovers in his career. He also has a goal to his name. He will graduate with a degree in computer science and plans to work in consulting after graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Marshall Rodegas. Number 45, Liam Soper, escorted by his parents, Gia and Matthew. A face-off specialist from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, Liam has 63 face-off wins and 30 ground balls in his career. Spicy will graduate with a degree in health and physical education and plans to attend University of Virginia for a master's in kinesiology for individuals with disabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Zolper. Number 47, Nate Schaefer, escorted by his parents, Bob and Sherlyn, and his stepdad, Keith. A midfielder from Easton, Maryland, Nate has 21 goals and 10 assists in his Lynchburg career. A Dean's List scholar, he will graduate with a degree in accounting and plans to pursue his MBA here at University of Lynchburg, while also working for Brown Edwards. Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Schaefer. Number 52, Josiah Martin, escorted by his wife Laura and parents Christy and Bart. A midfielder from Lynchburg, Virginia, Josiah has 60 ground balls and 16 caused turnovers to go with 12 goals and 5 assists over his career. He serves as an intramural supervisor on campus and will graduate with a degree in exercise physiology, along with a coaching minor. After graduation, he plans to go into the strength and conditioning field and coach lacrosse. Ladies and gentlemen, Josiah Martin. Let's have another round of applause for the Lynchburg men's lacrosse class of 2022.
Live from Schellenberger Field, you're watching men's college lacrosse on LHSN. It's senior day for the Hornets, taking on Randolph-Macon. Winners of 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5. Lynchburg also on a nice win streak. They've collected 4 consecutive wins, looking for number 5 in a row this afternoon. It's TJ Wingett here with you to take you through all the action on LHSN. We'll show you some of the numbers coming in this contest so we get set at midfield. These two teams, 2 of the top 4 inside the ODAC. Currently, the Yellow Jackets 4th in the conference standings. Lynchburg 2nd behind just Washington and Lee. Lone loss in conference play this season for Lynchburg. The opening face-off is a win for Michael Kraus, who also picks up the ground ball. Some more context on some of those stats as Lynchburg gets set. How about this number will improve after that first face-off win. 60.5% face-off winning percentage this year for Lynchburg. First in the conference on the other side. Randolph-Macon 5th at 51.2%. So that'll be a large factor to keep your eye on throughout the rest of this contest. Who's dictating time of possession and the pace of play with it? Pass goes to Dylan Wolf. Wolf sends it over to Lewis. Kyle Lewis, a senior from Swanee. First in the conference in assists per game, 3.21. All told, 20 goals, 45 assists this season. Lewis looking for space. In front of him is Scott Ruel, fellow senior. But opening our scoring is a junior, Riley Mitchell. First shot of the day, finds the back of the net. Mitchell has goal number 24 to his season. Lynchburg wastes no time, jumps out in front 1-0. First of the night for Mitchell, not but 56 seconds into the contest. And senior day out to a strong start for Lynchburg as we get set for Kraus opposite J.D. Spots, the face-off man for Randolph-Macon, a sophomore from Richmond, Virginia. Another win and a ground ball picked up by Kraus, who takes the shot, leaves it wide right. Might have been deflected on the contest from behind by R.J. Goodman. Goodman heads to the sideline after RMC gets a stop. First chance to see the Yellow Jackets get to work on the offensive side. Controlled here by Riley Rain. Freshman picks up his 10th start of the season. 15th game played overall. Pass off the mark and makes his way through 3 separate Yellow Jackets. Costly turnover for Randolph-Macon. And a chance for Lynchburg in response to take advantage of it. Brett Rogers, another one of the seniors recognized before today's contest. 9 goals, 16 assists this year for Rogers. Works his way around the near side post, leaves the shot wide on the far side. And it should be noted, Brett Rogers, joined by his older brother Kevin, former Division III Player of the Year for Lynchburg for today's contest. And with families in attendance for senior day, plus a heavyweight battle atop the ODAC, good crowd on hand here in Lynchburg, Virginia. This pass goes up and over the head of Rogers, and possession goes back to Randolph-Macon, who, Yellow Jackets, during this 3-game win streak, it's a 16-14 win at home against Shenandoah, followed by a 1-goal win against Hampton-Sydney, 14-13. And then most recently, a 23-11 win at Virginia Wesleyan. In the attacking third, Jack Smith, reigning co-rookie of the year in the ODAC last season. Ultimately ends all the way back out. Derek Marcelio works it around. A couple passes later. Yellow Jackets passing counterclockwise. Josiah Martin defending for Lynchburg. Pass skipped over to the near side. Ryan Pritchard looking for the first score today for the Yellow Jackets. Shot doesn't come out cleanly. And it's Martin picking it up for Lynchburg. Martin, a hometown product from Lynchburg, Virginia. Lost it, gets it back, and completes the clear. Speaking of clear percentages, Randolph-Macon 6th in the ODAC, just under 80%. Lynchburg on the other side, second best at 84.5%. Wolf with it. Had it poked away. Nice play for Goodman, slowing down Wolf. Deflected up into the air. Mitchell gives chase. Couldn't find it, now does. And they'll give possession to the Yellow Jackets. To start up this possession is Hayden Kazee. 13th game play this year for a freshman from Williamsburg, Virginia. As Randolph-Macon gets across midfield, out of the stick of Kazee it goes. And picking it up was Blanchard for Lynchburg. Alex Blanchard, freshman who's carved out a bigger and bigger role as the year has progressed. Lewis on the far side. The man in front of him, Ruel, all ODAC, third team last season. Lewis patrolling, wanted Mitchell, couldn't complete the pass. Wolf backing up the play, won't get to it. Instead, ground ball picked up by Max Minder. His 19th grounder this season. Across midfield, Christian DeVault, junior with a goal and assist this season. When you look at this Randolph-Macon team, a lot of scoring comes courtesy of Jack Averna and his brother Sam Averna, the starting keeper for Randolph-Macon. We'll talk about those two throughout the rest of this contest. Another empty possession for Randolph-Macon, but the numbers for Jack Averna, 50 goals, 21 assists on 112 shots. And currently top 3 in the ODAC in goals per game, 7th in assists per game. So certainly a big factor on the offensive side for Randolph-Macon. And then we haven't called out on the offensive end yet for Lynchburg is Ryan Kenny, another senior. Hailing from Massachusetts, it's 52 goals to 9 assists this season for Kenny. Rogers looking for space against Patrick Moyer. Hits the brakes, pivots back in the other direction up top. Ian McCarthy brings to the near side. Nate Schaefer. Schaefer had Minder in front of him. Gives back to McCarthy. 9 goals, 6 assists this year for the native of Centerville, Virginia. Breaking to his right, Lewis. Can't find room from Cameron Foti. Schaefer, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Eyeing Rogers, can't get the pass to him. Schaefer will keep, less than 10 seconds to work with. Bends it around the post, shakes his defender, takes the shot. Nate Schaefer, are you kidding me? Lynchburg now leads 2-0, and Nate Schaefer, with an exclamation point, was able to shake his defender with a nice spin. And as that defender tried to make up for losing Schaefer, the contact not enough to slow down Nate Schaefer. On the third shot of the night, Lynchburg pushes their lead to 2-0. And for Schaefer, good for goal number 3 of his season. Has 2 assists as well. Another face-off win for Lynchburg. Flags up after the grounder was picked up by Dylan Schuster. The officials work to the near side. They'll relay their decision. "34th all-time meeting between these two sides. Lynchburg with the edge. 32-1. All-time against the Yellow Jackets. The only loss, April 10th of 1993. 14-10 defeat for Lynchburg. And over the last 3 meetings, Lynchburg has won by an average of nearly 15 goals per game. Randolph-Macon looking to keep it closer than that, but also pick up that first win since the early 90s. And Lynchburg looks to continue a dominant all-time series history against Randolph-Macon. Still waiting a decision. And into the penalty box comes R.J. Goodman. And it looks like Ian McCarthy coming off for Lynchburg. Now the official makes his way over to 10th year head coach J.B. Sheridan. Program's winningest head coach, picked up win number 100 against Virginia Wesleyan. Congratulations to Coach Sheridan. And after a long deliberation, initially said that it was going to be multiple penalties on the play. Instead, R.J. Goodman, the only guilty party. Man-up opportunity for Lynchburg, who's 24 for 42 on these chances this year. Second in the ODAC at 57.1%. And we'll have to wait a little bit longer to see how Lynchburg handles the man-up opportunity as the timeout's called by Coach Sheridan. We'll step aside and come back with more. Lynchburg with an early 2-0 lead over Randolph-Macon. Nine minutes and 9 seconds left to play in the opening quarter of action. We bring you back after the timeout called by Coach Sheridan. Lynchburg has a man-up opportunity, 57.1% on their man-up offense this season, good for second in the ODAC. On the other side, it's the Randolph-Macon team that's currently ninth in the conference in man-down defense, 63.6%. It's Wolf with it to start. Kenny, first time calling him out in action this evening. Passes go counterclockwise. Lewis in front of Rain. McCarthy over to Kenny. Lynchburg being patient and on cue. Seizing the opening, Kyle Lewis. Welcome to the scoring column, his first of the night, 21st of the season. This Lynchburg offense that ranks first in the conference, averaging nearly 18 scores a contest, is wasting no time putting it on display and doing it against more than capable keeper and Sam Averna between the posts. Save percentage in the neighborhood of 50% this season, 60 saves. Goal against average just below 13. And of course, Sam Averna and Jack Averna, we talked about earlier, related. And they serve as massive parts to Randolph-Macon men's lacrosse program success. The sun continues to set over Schellenberger Field. Chance for the Yellow Jackets to find themselves in the scoring column for the first time today. Brandon Smith with it. 29th in the country with 7 man-up goals. So if Randolph-Macon gets a chance, man-up opportunity against Lynchburg, keep your eye on number 10, Brandon Smith. Possession is going to stay with the Yellow Jackets. Also more on Smith, all ODAC's second team a year ago. Smith with it behind the net. Jack Smith picked up by Dom Zingo. Zingo started all 15 this year for Lynchburg. Nice idea. The pass intended for Andrew Tiffey. He was trying to let the shot fly as soon as it was in his vicinity. It didn't look like he gathered the pass completely. Tyler Hadley feels some pressure before getting the pass away to Rodegast. And Tyler Hadley is a story himself. 6th start this season, 12th game played. And it becomes 5th consecutive start for Tyler Hadley. Save percentage right at 57%, 8.25 goal against average. And you look at that Lynchburg defense, bring it up once we get to that end of the field. The Hornets currently 10th in the ODAC, averaging a little more than 9 saves per game. And I have a theory as to why. We'll talk about that next time we see Lynchburg on that end of the field as Neves gives way to Lewis, the most recent goal scorer for Lynchburg. In front of him is Ruel. Had his hands full today. The give goes to Kenny, and he skips it past Averna. 4th goal for Lynchburg, 4th different goal scorer. First of the night for Ryan Kenny. Goal number 53 to his senior campaign. In today's contest, second of the conference in goals per game. We'll see how many more Kenny has in store the rest of the way. Here it is one more time. The score that makes it a 4-goal lead for Lynchburg. 7:17 to go in the opening quarter. Spots and Kraus at midfield. Lewis giving chase. And it looks like Randolph-Macon will come away with the win In and out of the stick, though, of Tiffy. Gathered by Martin. Martin brings it across midfield. Numbers advantage for Lynchburg. Martin swings it over. Lewis, the give to Kenny. Can't get the pass fully through. Coach Kudelka lobbying for a late hit on the play. The Hornets will keep possession. As Kenny sends it all the way up top to Rogers. Schaefer. Spin to his right. Give goes to Lewis. Lewis back out. Rogers. Now it's McCarthy taking the shot. Leaving it off frame. Lewis the first to it. Schaefer climbs the ladder. Corrals the pass. Nifty move against Foti. Shot. Finds the back of the net. Lynchburg now leads 5-0. Here it is one more time. Nate Schaefer puts the moves on display. Low angle shot, somehow tucks it in between Averna in the near side post. That shot's ridiculous. Schaefer's got 2 wicked scores this evening. And it's another face-off win for Lynchburg. To where we are now, 3 face-off wins for the Hornets, 2 per the live stats for the Yellow Jackets. Lynchburg already back in the attacking third. We talked about the recent schedule early on for Randolph-Macon. For Lynchburg, 4-game win streak includes a 19-8 win against Shenandoah, a 20-goal win against Guilford, 11-goal victory at Roanoke, followed by a shutout showing at Randolph, 20-0 final score. That game on Wednesday night. Only 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Lynchburg getting closer and closer to seeing 75 consecutive minutes scoreless defense. Certainly helps when your offense is doing the heavy lifting, and Randolph-Macon can't get you out of the attacking third. Rust, as he gets parallel to the posts. Whistle on the play. Possession goes to Randolph-Macon. Ruel, third team All-Conference last year, 11 ground balls this year. He started every game of the season for the Yellow Jackets. Tankersley gives it back. Kevin Andrews with it on the near sideline. 9 goals, 4 assists this year for the junior. Tankersley in front of Martin. Cuts to his right. Fakes the pass, then ultimately does give way to Jack Smith. Tankersley trying to get away from Schuster. Smith with it again. Dish to the far side. Andrews. Now up top. Shot off post. Letting it fly was Tankersley. His 45th shot of the season. And where we are now. Second shot of the night for Randolph-Macon. Neither have been on frame. Yellow Jackets back with it already. Another shot that misses the post. This one from Moyer, leaving it wide right. Less than 4 to go in the opening quarter. Brandon Smith against Peter Robinson. Smith spins to his right. Second defender in the form of Darminio applies pressure. Jump shot. Misses high. It's Jack Averna. First time we've seen him send one towards the post. Another shot that's not on goal. But Averna trying to get into the mix. averaging 3.57 goals per game. Cut to his left, Pritchard gives back to Smith. Smith in front of Zingo. Shot clock down to 20. Pritchard. Couple passes later, up top. Then in front of Hadley, Andrew Tiffy gets Randolph-Macon into the scoring column. Goal number 27 of the season for the senior from Columbia, Maryland. And Tiffy makes it a 5-1 contest. The assist will go to Jack Smith. Dime becomes his 23rd of the season, 50th point as well. Kraus, Noble Canterbury at midfield. We saw J.D. Spots primarily as a face-off man in the early goings coming into this contest. Spots won 154 of his 280 face-offs, and Canterbury, not including tonight, 41 out of 100. Back to work in the offensive end for Randolph-Macon. Shot deflected. Nestor gathers for the Hornets. Sprint to midfield. Nestor beats Jamie Smith across the line. Now Lynchburg with a chance to respond. Less than 2 to play in the first. Mitchell was looking in the direction of Wolf. Elects to hold on. Hits the brakes. Works back to his left before giving it back to Neves. Neves against Moyer. Screen from Lewis. The feed goes to the aforementioned Lewis. Working against Ruel. Kicks it out. Lynchburg with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Wolf back in the starting lineup tonight. Feeds Mitchell. Shot wide left. Moyer can't pick it up. Neves tussling. It's deflected out and picked up by DeVault. Unable to handle the pass. Owen Campbell gives possession right back to the Hornets. Wolf wastes no time. A second defender knocks it loose. Darminio gets it back. Shot clock turned off. We're down to the final 30 seconds in quarter number 1. Neves hands off to Mitchell. He opened tonight's scoring. This pass well over the head of Kenny. 15.5 seconds for Randolph-Macon to work with now. Smith with it. Gets past Rust. Cut in front of Darminio. Smith sails the shot over the top post. Just under 2 seconds left for Macon to play with. Feed goes out to Jack Smith, whose shot finds the waiting net of Tyler Hadley. And with a sounding buzzer, we've made it through 15. Lynchburg, the dominant start to tonight's contest, out in front 5-1. We'll step aside and come back with the second quarter between the Yellow Jackets and the Hornets coming to you on LHSN.
Be a physical therapist probably starting about halfway through college. I love the concept that exercise is medicine. We're starting to discover that exercise really can remedy many of the things that we thought that only surgery or only drugs could remedy in the past. When the student comes here, it's because we believe in them, it's because we want them here, it's because we believe they'll be successful. The faculty here are devoted to their development, not only academically but also professionally. We're not so inundated with things that we don't have time to make students one of our highest priorities. We have your back. We're gonna help you through that. If you're willing to work, then we're willing to put the work into it and the effort to help you succeed.
At the University of Lynchburg, we've lowered our tuition, so you get a better value for a great education. Come see our campus for yourself.
Four-goal lead for Coach Steve Kudelka in his 26th season at the helm for Lynchburg, up to 315 wins. And the man opposite of him, J.B. Sheridan, has had 6 winning seasons over the last 9 years with Randolph-Macon and double-digit wins in 2 of the last 3 seasons, and formerly the defensive coordinator at Gloucester College. Former player and assistant coach at Salisbury, racked up 4 national titles between his time as a player and a coach, made 1 more appearance as a player as well back in 2006. But tonight, Sheridan playing from behind as we're on to the second quarter of action. Update you on some of the stats to where we are now. 11-7 shot advantage for Lynchburg. 5 shots on goal for the Hornets, just 2 for the Yellow Jackets. They can change that here. As Pritchard trying to get away from Robinson. Gives it off. Marcilio returns the favor, gets it back to Pritchard. Some of the other numbers to note. 4 face-off wins for both sides. 7 turnovers for Randolph-Macon, 5 for Lynchburg. 3 cause turnovers for the Hornets defense, none for the Yellow Jackets. And another empty possession as Lynchburg has Tyler Hadley put on some moves. Bring it across midfield or knock on the door. Flings it ahead. McCarthy to Lewis. And Lynchburg slows the tempo. The trailer's Rogers. Spins to his left. McCarthy to Kenny. Finds the top post. They'll reset the shot clock to 60. It'll stay in the hands of the Hornets. Lynchburg looking to make it wins in 5 in a row and an opportunity to improve to 7-1. In conference play, lone loss in ODAC action was against Washington and Lee in a defensive stalwart battle between the Generals and the Hornets. Skip to Averna, the senior. Has save number 2 of his day. And Averna able to kick to the near side. I do want to update you. Clock says 0 seconds, but a little more than 13 to play here in quarter number 2. We'll work on getting that fixed. Top of the set, Avery Tankersley. Send to the near side. Now it's Jamie Smith. 13th game played this year. Smith sends it up top. Now one more pass. Goes to the far side. Tankersley takes the shot and finds home. First of the night for Avery Tankersley, his 13th of the season. And the freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, makes it 5-2. Good start to the second quarter for Randolph-Macon. Martin tried to step up, apply the early pressure. Tankersley evades, finds the opening, and takes advantage of it. Second goal allowed by Tyler Hadley, Canterbury, and Michael Kraus. Battle for the faceoff. Grounder picked up by Darminio. Sends it back to Hadley. Michael Kraus seems to have a lot of success at midfield this year for Lynchburg. 3rd in the ODAC in faceoff percentage, as well as ground balls per game, north of 5 a contest. Short hot pass scooped up by Kyle Lewis. Who then gives off to Dylan Wolf, back in the starting lineup today. 10th start of the season. 15 goals, 6 assists, and throw him in the mix to work off of Rust, Kenny, Mitchell, and company. This is exactly what Wolf brings to the table. It's the Lynchburg offense that has options aplenty, Wolf among them. 16th goal this season for the junior. And Wolf has the response for Lynchburg. Here it is again. In front of Patrick Moyer. Before that second defender can totally get in his face. Lets it fly from downtown, and Lynchburg back up by 4. And Wolf, 2 games back against Roanoke, about 6 goals and 2 assists. Was named to the U.S. ILA Division III Team of the Week. Smith with the behind the net. It's screened from Smith. Shot up and over the shoulder of Hadley, then hits the top post. Randolph-Macon sideline lobbying that it hit the back of the net, but didn't look like it from where I'm standing. The Yellow Jackets do get it back. Have another chance to find their 3rd score of the night. While Lynchburg's here on the defensive side, I did want to come back to this point. About 9.14 saves per game. Lynchburg 10th in the ODAC. You might look at that and say, well, that's kind of weird. Lynchburg's towards the top of the conference in a myriad of stats, but I think whether it was Patrick Moore or Tyler Hadley between the posts, Lynchburg's done a great job in minimizing the shots that come against. Case in point here. It's deflected out of the stick of Jack Averna, and Lynchburg takes over on the offensive side. So the Hornets midfield and backline defenders, those long stick defenders as well, deserve a ton of credit. Been able to keep both Moore and Hadley clean for the most part this season. And because of that, neither keeper able to rack up a ton of saves per game. So Lynchburg towards the bottom in conference standings in that department. But they're currently first, goals per game, right around 18 a contest. Out in front 6-2. And a chance for Lynchburg to match their largest lead of the night at 5. Lewis finds the top crossbar. Rust picks it up. Opportunity to steal a jar for the Hornets. Rust in no rush. Brings to the near side. 28 goals, 7 assists this season. The sophomore from Windham, New Hampshire. Rust takes another shot. Scooped up by Averna. Third save for the Randolph-Macon keeper as the Yellow Jackets moving to the attacking third. Pass goes back towards midfield. It's Andrews with it. $9:19 to go in the first half. Smith in front of Nestor. Smith, not much of an opening, takes the shot. Leaves it wide right. Won't reset the shot clock. It's at 40. Jack Averna with it. And Jack Averna coming off a game in which he tallied his 50th goal of the season against Virginia Wesleyan. That puts him 5th all-time in program history for goals in a single season. The record held by Frank Smolin in 1996. So Averna, a couple good games away from setting a new program benchmark. Blanchard over to Lewis. McCarthy has Rogers cutting towards the net, and Rogers takes care of the rest. Brad Rogers has his 10th goal of the season, and the senior from Leesburg, Virginia, has Lynchburg up by 5, matching their largest lead of the night back when it was a 5-0 contest. Here it is one more time. Great facilitating work there from McCarthy. Forces the defender to pick. Got to step up against me or Rogers. They chose McCarthy. The feed to Rogers was clean. Shot was as well. Timeout called on the field. 7-2 your score. We will step aside and come back for the rest of the second quarter. 8:23 to go. Lynchburg leads Randolph-Macon 7-2.
Want to have some outdoor adventures while getting a degree at the same time? At the University of Lynchburg, we have an on-campus zip line and rope course. Plus, we offer adventure trips that cost less than a cup of coffee. And did I mention our beautiful scenery? We're a university for students looking for something more than just books. Welcome to your new adventure experience. Every great college has a great city. For Lynchburg, we are near urban areas with lots of restaurants, shopping, and events. Plus, we are one of the top schools in the area. Come see for yourself.
Welcome back to Lynchburg, Virginia. 5-goal lead for Coach Kudelka and his Hornets, ranked number 11 in all the land and currently second in the conference standings. The lone loss against an ODAC foe at home, the hands of Washington Ali, 11-10 back. First game of April 2nd to be precise. Today it's the 34th all-time meeting between these two squads. Lynchburg looking to continue their dominant stretch against the Yellow Jackets. Schaefer brings it all the way around, past the posts. Schaefer with 2 goals tonight. Sends it over to McCarthy. And Ian McCarthy gets in on the scoring mix. He, like Rogers, collects his 10th of the season. And Lynchburg, on the 18th shot of the night, have their 8th goal of the evening. Here it is again. Schaefer with a clean screen, or clean pass off the screen, and McCarthy, high right 90, lead up to 6. Canterbury and Kraus once more. Grounder picked up for a moment by Nestor. Kraus in and out of his stick, gives it a swipe, sends it forward. Tiffy in the mix for Randolph-Macon, but ultimately it is Nestor corralling for the Hornets and getting the pass off just in time to Dom Zingo. 7.5 to play in the first half. Robert Kirkland, first time seeing him out on the field tonight, has Lewis. Lewis gives back to Kirkland. Now over to Spears. Jack Spears, senior from Glenview, Illinois. In front of him is Foti. Spears finds an open Connor Moore. Cuts to his right. Lets it rip. Skips it past Averna. Lynchburg offense can't be slowed down. 9-2. Largest lead of the night for the Hornets. First of the evening for Connor Moore. His 5th of the season. And he collected his first collegiate hat trick. And a win against Guilford. And Moore becomes the 8th different goal scorer tonight for Lynchburg. The lone repeat offender, so to speak, is Nate Schaefer with 2 goals and an assist tonight. Darminio with another ground ball picked up. 4th in the ODAC in grounders per game and almost 5 a contest. He's right behind Kraus. that 3-4 spot in ground balls per game. Randolph-Macon. With it on the far side is Brandon Smith. A goal in each quarter so far for the Yellow Jackets. Smith in front of Peter Robinson. Sends it behind the net. Marsilio. Seen him a lot on the offensive end for Randolph-Macon. 17 goals, 16 assists this season. Feed goes to Averna. And Jack Averna has his 51st goal in the season. Now just 5 scores away from tying the program record for most goals in a year. More importantly, if you're a Yellow Jackets fan, Averna cuts the deficit down to 6 with 6:01 to go in the first half. Averna catches, jumps, shoots in one fluid motion. His first goal tonight, as the Yellow Jackets have had 3 different goal scorers this evening. With whistles on the play, possession given to the Hornets. Now 8 face-off wins for Lynchburg to 5 for RMC. Moore against Foti. Now behind the net has Lewis in front of him. Moore gives to Lewis. Lewis brings it all the way around, then gives it off to Jake Rust. 9th goal scored tonight for Lynchburg. And that's the 29th score this season for Jake Rust. 10-2 lead for Lynchburg and a timeout on the field. Yellow Jackets looking for an answer. 5:22 to go in the first half. It's a 7-goal lead for Lynchburg, coming to you on LHSN.
Be ready for anything, okay?
Come on, let's go together. Together, let's go. Come on. Let's go, keep going.
There's the death trip. Straight? Yeah, yep. Okay. Cool. Good one. All right, guys, you see the meat grinder down here? Stay in the boat. Let's go.
After the timeout, here's a look at a beautiful night in Lynchburg, Virginia. Picture perfect Saturday from start to finish. We had a baseball doubleheader earlier today and currently about 80 degrees outside. Clouds are few and far between as the face-off rolls the near sideline. Another ground ball picked up by Darminio. Gets it ahead to Kraus. Kraus over. Lewis. Nice find. Kenny. Denied by Averna. Nice passing sequence for Lynchburg. And Kenny, not one to be stopped all that often, so big defensive play for Randolph-Macon. Unfortunately, though, for the Yellow Jackets, it doesn't go anywhere. Lewis leaves it wide right. .446 to go in the first half. Mitchell, one of 9 goal scorers this evening for Lynchburg. Crosses from right to left. Pass goes to Wolf. And Wolf becomes the second player for the Hornets to hit the back of the net more than once. Goal number 2 tonight for Wolf becomes his 17th of the season. 11-3, Lynchburg in the driver's seat. Nice find, too, from Mitchell. He gets another point for his efforts. That's his second assist on the night, up to 14 dimes dropped this season. Canterbury and Kraus. Kraus kicks it away from midfield. Sent hard down to the turf. And possession will be given to Lynchburg. At least that's how it appeared. Instead, they'll say false start. It'll be Randolph-Macon getting to work on the offensive side. The Yellow Jackets team averaging more than 15 goals per contest, 4th in the ODAC. We've seen them few and far between on the offensive end. Pass in and out of the stick of Schuster. Then some contact as Merendon. Merendon got his stick into the mix. Now heads to the near sideline. Flag on the play. It's a slash against Merendon. Man-up opportunity now for Randolph-Macon. 5th in the conference at 41.2% of these chances. And I noted it earlier, Brandon Smith, 29th in the country with 7 man-up goals this year. Keep your eyes on number 10 in yellow and black. Smith with it now. Before we get to the near side, gets it back from the pass. Coming from Pritchard. Smith lines it up and has his 8th man-up goal of the season. In total, it's the 19th score for the senior from Richmond, Virginia. And that makes it 11-4. Deficit back down to 7, 3:41 to go in the first half. There was an opening in front of Smith. Able to sneak it up and over the top left, or the left shoulder of Hadley. Find that top right 90. The assist will be given to Jack Smith, his second of the night, 24th this season. Rogers for McCarthy. Likely won't see Lynchburg in too much of a rush trying to kill off the remaining time as Merendon now onto the field. You'll likely see the Hornets offense put themselves into motion. McCarthy still controls. Spins back to his left. Lewis. Lewis picked up by Ruel. It's been a fun matchup so far tonight. Rogers evades 2 defenders. Perfect find to Ryan Kenny. Brent Rogers. How did you see Ryan Kenny? 12-4 Lynchburg, 2:38 to play. I got to see this one more time. Kenny, his second of the night. Rogers must have saw it right there. Kenny wide open. A mistake you can't make against the senior. 54th this year for Kenny. Lynchburg pushes the lead back up to 4. Beautiful pass coming from Brett Rogers. That becomes his first assist on the night, and 17th of his season. Rain forced to give to Averna. And Averna loses control at midfield. There to pick it up, though, is Kevin Andrews. Big hit applied by Jake Rust, trying to create a potential open goal opportunity the other way. All for naught. Less than 2 to go. What's been a dominant first half for Lynchburg. Randolph-Macon looking to get it back to a 7-score difference. Tyler Franklin against Cole Nestor. Make that Marsilio takes the shot. Big save for Hadley, who finds Robinson in transition and takes away a potential scoring opportunity for Lynchburg. Whistle on the play. We'll have it stay, I believe, with Randolph-Macon. Merendon back into the penalty box. It's a 1-minute unnecessary roughness going against Merendon, junior from Whitehall, Maryland. So with 96 seconds left in the first half, Merendon be on the sideline for basically 2/3 of that. Their man-up opportunity. Randolph-Macon 1 for 1 on these chances tonight. Up top to Smith. Has yet another man-up goal. 9th man-up goal this season for Smith, 20th overall. The man-up chances keeping Randolph-Macon around, still down by 7. Here it is one more time, able to skip it past the wickets of Hadley. Minute 20 to go in the first half. Back at midfield for the faceoff is J.D. Spots. First time in a long time we've seen him take the faceoff for the Yellow Jackets. To win for RMC, Jamie Smith. Forced to retreat. Gives back towards midfield. Kevin Andrews with it now. Shot clock turned off. 45 seconds to play with in quarter number 2. Smith gets in deep against Hadley and able to bury it home. Instead, the goal will not count. Too close in front of Hadley. So it's still a 12-5 score. Rogers against Kazee. Rogers now behind the net. Takes the screen from Lewis. Wraps it around fully. Airmails the shot. 13.5 seconds left for Lynchburg. Lewis finds Kenny. Leaves it wide right. Clock down to 6.3. And it'll be a timeout called by Coach Kadelka. We'll take a pause and come back and see what Lynchburg can do with the final 6.3 seconds in the first half. Hornets lead the Yellow Jackets 12-5 on LHSN.
I was really attracted to Lynchburg primarily because my dad went here. He is an alum, so I kind of have that close tie of being interested in this school. And the school had what I wanted to study. I knew I wanted to help people in the area of health and wellness, so the health promotion program was definitely a program that drew me in. And from day one, I've been in love with it, and I wouldn't have chosen any different. I have never had better professors or teachers in my life, and I think here at the University of Lynchburg, the professors definitely care about their students, especially in the health promotion department. These professors want you to be educated, want you to have the experience, and just want you to feel confident going into your career path following your collegiate education. You just feel like you're cared for here and that you matter, and that no matter what, at the end of the day, you're going to be successful, and the people here really want to be here, and everyone has a purpose, and it's just a great environment to be in.
Good crowd on hand here at Schellenberger Field. Lots of students gathering on the far side on Dr. Jack M. Tom's track, which will be the host of this weekend's ODAC Track and Field Championships. Hope to have you with us for Friday and Saturday's action. But here, it's Lynchburg with 6.3 to play with. Still in the first half. Up by 7, can push the lead back up to 8. Rust on the far side, with Rain in front of him. Down to 3 seconds. He'll bring it around the near side. Try to get it between the legs against Saverna, who's there to make the stand and keep it at a 12-5 score. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll show you some of the stats from the first half of action. 12-5 your score at the break. Lynchburg out in front over Randolph-Macon.
My name is Alexis Fabula. I major in criminology and I double minor in psychology and criminal forensics. My favorite part about Lynchburg is the friends that I've come to have. It's helped me come out of my shell more, and it's helped me become the person I am and the student I am. I really enjoyed how small the campus was, and I also really enjoy how small the class sizes are. It made me feel like I was going to be more engaged than I would at a bigger campus. If someone was on the fence of coming to the University of Lynchburg, I would definitely love to sit down and have a conversation with them, because I'm forever grateful that I made this choice. It's definitely something that a student wouldn't regret. Out of my 4 years here, I've not had one bad experience. I've had a great 4 years, and I'm going to be very sad to go.
This video isn't about me. It's about the limitless possibilities that the University of Lynchburg allows me to be. An athlete, an artist, an adventurer, a writer, a believer, a human. Because what I love about the University of Lynchburg is that they have a saying, here we're home. And honestly though, I think a better fit would be a home for everyone. Because it doesn't matter the color of your skin, the person you love, the God you pray to, the pronouns you use, the city you're from, the language you speak. University of Lynchburg gives you the greatest opportunity they can for you to be the absolute best version of yourself.
When creating a sustainable future, your choices matter, even your choice of a college. The University of Lynchburg is the first college in Virginia to go carbon neutral. Our dining hall is Green Restaurant certified. We compost all of our food waste and purchase our electricity from landfill gas. Now we're turning a hazardous lake into a thriving urban wetland. When you choose Lynchburg, you leave a smaller footprint while building a better tomorrow.
Beautiful night in Lynchburg, Virginia. We've reached halftime. Lynchburg out in front, 12-5 at the break. I'll show you some of the stats as you're watching this contest on LHS 7. It's TJ Wingert here with you, show you some of the numbers, and it indicates exactly what the score column might suggest, a very dominant 30 minutes for Lynchburg, nearly doubling up Randolph-Macon in the shots department. The face-off wins. Randolph-Macon was able to keep it relatively close, had a good stretch there in the middle of the second to put that margin of a lead for Lynchburg a little more narrow. But then you look at the turnovers, 11 turnovers for Randolph-Macon, 6 of which have been caused by Lynchburg. And we sung the praises of the Hornets defense, and that's a good stat to back that up. And this is a Lynchburg team that's currently 4th in the ODAC and caused turnovers per game at 10.79. So on pace to surpass that average. And then meanwhile, of the 7 turnovers for Lynchburg, 1 has been called by Randolph-Macon. So you'd like to see not 6 unforced errors for the Lynchburg offense, but Randolph-Macon's going to have to come up with some answers once we get to the second half on the defensive side. I also want to run you through some of the individual numbers through the first half. 12 goals allowed, 5 saves for Sam Avernum. The other keeper is Tyler Hadley, 5 goals allowed, 2 saves for the Lynchburg man between the posts. And for the scoring column, Brandon Smith leads the way with 2 man-up goals for Randolph-Macon. Then it's a goal each for Andrew Tiffy, Jake Averna, and Avery Tankersley. And on the other side, Ryan Kenny, Nate Schaefer lead the way, as well as Dylan Wolf with 2 goals apiece. And then it's Riley Mitchell, Ian McCarthy, Kyle Lewis, Jake Russ, Brett Rogers, and Connor Moore, each collecting a score in the first half. Those are some of the numbers from the first 30. We'll step aside and get you set and prepared for the second half of action between the Yellow Jackets and the Hornets, coming to you on LHSN.
Think a private education is too expensive? Think again. At the University of Lynchburg, you can get a personalized education for the cost of a state school. If you're commuting and you get our top scholarships, you could pay much less. And you get all that without the hassle of giant lecture halls. Our faculty know your name here and do more than just teach. You might even do research together and plan out your next career moves.
All right, my name is Joshua Carr. I am a senior. I am a theater major as well as a history minor. I love the arts. I love acting. I love entertaining. I live in 5th Street, the historic black neighborhood. The money came in, transfer, scholarship, all that. I appreciate that greatly. I pay my own tuition. I ain't got no help. I pay everything myself. I mean, I'm smart too. So they were like, you smart, here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that though. You come here to do a job. I came here to do a job. A student's job is to get that degree and make something of ourselves. We got everything for you. We got you a 24-hour library. You got these sorority fraternities. We got the shoot for you. Is you gonna put it on? That's how University of Lynchburg is. Success is in the details. You know what I'm saying? It's like you learn it, know better, do better. What I love is they allow us to speak. They want our voices to be heard. They want us to talk. They want us to bring up the discomfort. They respect our point of views. They respect Black Lives Matter. They respect the LGBT community. They respect those, you know what I'm saying? That's what I love about my school. They respect that and they allow us to showcase and voice our expressions. I love the diversity here. I love the different interests of people here. I can act, dance, sing, box, play football. I can do it all. You know what I'm saying? I can teach somebody that doesn't know what I know, and that person can teach me something that I don't know that they know. That's what you get here. You get diversity. You get different people with different knowledge coming together, sharing information and helping each other out. That's what I love. That's why I say people. I love the people here. College, think about it. If it's not for you, fall back. If it's for you, go further with it. And University of Lynchburg will be that choice. It's gonna be right there. They're gonna make the shoe. They're gonna do what it do. It's up for you to put that shoe on. So that's what I say.
We're 100 seconds out from the second half, getting underway between number 11 Lynchburg and Randolph-Macon. The Hornets looking to improve to 33-1 all-time against the Randolph-Macon Yellow Jackets. Meanwhile, RMC, plenty of work to do in the second half, looking for their first win against Lynchburg since 1993. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming up next on LHSN.
My name is Davion Washington Jr. I have the honor of serving as the student body president. I have 5 little siblings. I'm the oldest of 6 siblings, and they look up to me. I'm setting the tone. I get to develop myself, make myself a better individual, but also I'm helping future generations, not even my family, but just future generations in general. I found my passion here. I found, the love for what I want to do. I just really had an amazing time here, and it's changed my outlook on life. You don't have to be famous to change lives. You don't have to be on the big screen or whatever. I change lives now, and I hope to continue to do that. Just same way that the University of Lynchburg has changed my life for the better.
"12-5 score carrying us into second half of action between Randolph-Macon and Lynchburg. At midfield is J.D. Spots opposite Michael Kraus for the Yellow Jackets and Hornets respectively. And the third quarter now underway. Face-off win to start the third. Grounder picked up by Nestor. Nestor through heavy traffic, trying to get it across midfield. Pass goes back, Merendon for Hadley. Rodegast. Sprint towards midfield. And across. 60 seconds left on the shot clock. Rodegast. Lewis. Wanted Kenny. In and out of his stick. Keeping the possession alive is Riley Mitchell. That's a hustle play. That keeps the opportunity for the Hornets to make it an 8-goal lead alive. And an 8-goal lead for Lynchburg would match their largest of the night when it was an 11-3 contest, as well as 12-4. Breaking towards the net, Wolf gives it back to Lewis. Lewis was eyeing Kenny instead. Has Mitchell. Breaks to his left, looking for the hat trick, leaves it wide right. Will stay in the hands of Lynchburg. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Wolf fakes the spin. Leaves it wide to the left far side post. Lewis will send it to the corner as Lynchburg has used up their entire shot clock. Strong start the second half for former defensive coordinator J.B. Sheridan, now in his 10th year as a head coach at Randolph-Macon. It's a much-needed stop, and now a chance to eat in the deficit. And the Yellow Jacks to make a comeback, it's going to have to be one possession at a time, both offense then defense. Lots of contact and a flag into the Lynchburg sky, likely to go against Darminio. So he got tangled up with Marcilio. Brandon Smith, the lone multi-goal scorer tonight for Randolph-Macon. Works against Josiah Martin, spins to his left. In front of Hadley, shot goes off the right crossbar. Marcilio flirting with the 6th goal tonight for Lynchburg, or excuse me, Randolph-Macon, I beg your pardon. And now we get the official ruling. The call does go against Darminio, and here it is on your screen. Third man-up opportunity tonight for the Yellow Jackets. So 2 for 2 so far. Smith has both goals. Game of the night, top 30 in the country in these man-up goal opportunities. Plans to add one more to his season tally. Up top, give us to Smith, denied by Hadley. Smith had tried to go top shelf and did so successfully in each of those prior 2 man-up opportunities. Hadley picks up on the trend and picks up his 3rd save of the night. Martin across midfield. Lynchburg can kill off time remaining in the penalty box for Darminio. Rogers. Looking in the center of the turf. McCarthy in the area. As was Rust, who comes up a little gimpy. Fighting for the loose ball, ultimately. Grounder picked up by Goodman. R.J. Goodman sends it up and over the head of Moyer. Darminio can't control. He's back out on the field, by the way. Now Darminio does settle. Gets it off to Hadley in Lynchburg. Quickly ahead, Rogers. Back for Kenny! Brian Kenny does it again. Yet another perfect play set up. As Kyle Lewis, the facilitator. And all comes after a long pass covering the length of the field from Zingo. Kenny goes between the wickets for his third score tonight, 55th of the season. And Kenny, against Randolph, picked up his 100th career goal at Lynchburg. That's for 2 seasons. So, simply put, Kenny fills up the stat sheet, specifically in the goal-scoring department. 55 this year. Smith against Robinson, now with a switch. Down to the turf. Merrington tussles with Smith and comes away with a loose ball. Numbers advantage for Lynchburg. Merrington for Nestor. Now it's with Lewis, who in front of the net has Chris Darminio. Long stick mid. Looks comfortable on the offensive side and has goal number 5 to his season. When you do a lot of heavy lifting on the defensive side, it has to feel good to get involved in the offensive mix. And Darminio left with too much space at point-blank range in front of Averna. Lynchburg with the new largest lead of the night at 9. 10:27 to go in the third. A battle between the number 2 and 4 team in the ODAC standings. Lynchburg at 2, Randolph-Macon at 4. This has been a dominant Saturday night put together by the Hornets. Schuster has to go in and out of his stick. The scrum continues right at midfield. Kraus, the man to pick it up. His pass intended for Martin, broken up by Tiffy. RMC into the attacking third. Tiffy has his second on the night. Andrew Tiffy makes it 14-6 with his 28th score this season. And it's good to see for the Yellow Jackets. Long battle for the loose ball after the face-off, and the hustle play results in a score. Up and over the shoulder of Hadley. Tiffy, the second multi-goal scorer tonight, joining the company of Brandon Smith. That's for Randolph-Macon, at least. Lynchburg on their side, Dylan Wolf. Nate Schaefer each with 2. Ryan Kenny with a hat trick. It's going to be a shove called with Lynchburg garnering possession. One-minute cross-check against Max Minder, sophomore from Virginia Beach. Down on a knee in the penalty box. You see on your screen now. Now a man-up opportunity for Lynchburg. 1 for 1 on these chances tonight. Man-up goal for Hornets being scored by Kyle Lewis. That was all the way back just before the midway point in the first. Mitchell fakes the shot, has Wolf. Now it's Kenny. Lost control. Picked up by R.J. Goodman. Fortunate break for the Yellow Jackets. They can now kill off the remaining clock. A man-up chance for Lynchburg. Also try to make it a 2-0 run, make it a 7-score difference. Smith across midfield. Randolph-Macon comes to today winners of 3 in a row. 2 games left in the regular season. Searching for win number 4 in a row and number 5 in their last 6 played. Lynchburg on the other side. 4-game win streak for the number 11 team in the land. Last time they lost was at home, 11-10. The hands of Washington to lead. The lone team ahead of the Hornets in the conference standings. Lynchburg looking to improve their home record this season up to 6-2. Last time Lynchburg suffered 3 home losses was in 2018, where they went 7-3 at home, which is still a solid home record, but the bar has been risen year after year for Coach Kudelka and company. Andrews has 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Peter Robinson, the man to defend. Andrews breaks to his left. Wanted Averna. Passes off the mark. The shot clock runs out. Lynchburg will take over. 8:03 to go in the third. Lynchburg also down to their final 2 games after tonight. They'll be at home on Wednesday against Bridgewater. Their home finale before taking on HSC in Farmville, Virginia next weekend. Meanwhile, the next 2 games for Randolph-Macon. Home clash with Ferrum at 3:30 this upcoming Wednesday. Then they hit the road to end the season as well at Guilford. 1 o'clock start time for the regular season finale, April 30th. Shot advantage for Lynchburg up to 13, 31 to 18. The exact numbers. It's Neebs with it. Pass goes to Mitchell. Mitchell, the shot fake. Now a second defender. Steps up. Secondary pressure applied by Hayden Kazee. Lewis against Ruel. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell gets the shot off. Denied by Averna. But then picks up the ground ball as well, just ahead of Jake Rust. Looking to keep the opportunity ajar for the Hornets. Moyer sends it back towards midfield. Marcilio. Now Pritchard, 15 goals, 12 assists this year. But no points so far tonight for Pritchard. Pass goes to Pritchard, takes the shot, leaves it off frame. 6:05 to go in quarter number 3. 40 seconds on the shot clock. So no rush to Randolph-Macon. Jack Smith, the restart, has Pritchard. Back to Smith. Pritchard against Rodegast. It's all the way back up top. Marcilio. Defended by Darminio. Less than 10 seconds to work with. Tankersley lets it fly. Hadley down on a knee. Comes away with a save, his 4th of the game. McCarthy with a seam in front of him. Won't press the advantage, instead lays off for Schaefer. Schaefer against Tankersley. Passes to Rogers. Goal and assist tonight for Rogers. Spins to his right. Over to McCarthy. From the left side, McCarthy skips it into the back of the net. Now a 10-goal Lynchburg, make it a 9-goal Lynchburg league, I beg your pardon. 4:43 to go in the third. Ian McCarthy, his second tonight, 11th of the season. It's an unassisted goal. Lynchburg matches their largest lead of the night at 9. We get set at midfield. Kraus against Spots. Spots able to send it back. It's Owen Campbell picking it up. 10th face-off win tonight for the Yellow Jackets. These two teams have been mostly back and forth after 4-0 run. Start the second. Shot goes off the crossbar, rolls out to the near sideline, and the Hornets will take over. But it was Dylan Wolf's goal, just under 12 to play in the first half. Made it 6-2, then scores from Rogers, McCarthy, and Connor Moore. Grew the lead up to 9-2. And you also have to talk about the 5-0 run to open the contest. Mitchell getting us started, followed by Schaefer, Kyle Lewis, Ryan Kenny, and then Nate Schaefer once again. Those two runs have been the difference. Talked about a 5-0 run and a 4-0 run. It's a 9-score difference. Mitchell makes it a 10-score difference. No need to correct it this time. 16-6. Mitchell does it again. 25th of the season. The native to Owings Mill, Maryland. Show it again. Mitchell's so shifty. I do not envy any defender in front of him. Trying to decipher which way he's actually going. Couple of fakes. Leads to the score, second tonight for Riley Mitchell. Kraus nearly had the ground ball, then lost it out of his stick. Darminio there to scoop it up. Get it off to Nestor. Michael Kraus came the day, third in the conference in face-off percentage and ground balls picked up. And he continues to enjoy a splendid season. Kraus, a sophomore from Oregon. He's been the primary man at midfield. Tyler Cooney, next most face-off opportunities for Lynchburg, 39 of 68. But for today's game, Kraus 157 of 267. He's enjoyed another nice evening. They're playing at home. It's across midfield. Scampers Pritchard. 2.5 to play, quarter number 3. Smith with it ahead of midfield. 2 goals tonight. Up to 20 this season. Second team all-conference honoree. Gives off Marsilio. Now back to Smith. Martin there to defend. Smith leaves the pass wide right of Averna. Race to the far side corner. RMC able to pick up the grounder, keep the possession alive. Down to just 15 seconds on the shot clock. Smith, just 10 seconds to play with now. Takes on Josiah Martin. Takes the shot. Scooped up again by Tyler Hadley. Hadley looking long. On 2 hops, Martin won't get to it. Instead, it's Scott Ruel gathering for Randolph-Macon. Marsilio against Schuster. Forced to backpedal. Tiffy to Jack Smith. Smith ODAC co-rookie of the year, a season back. Can't find any space. Doesn't get a clean shot off. It's deflected. Hadley picks it up. Shot clock will turn off. Hadley gets it across midfield. Moves into the attacking third. Dished it off to McCarthy. Big that he doesn't lose it. Empty goal on the other side of the field for Lynchburg. And Hadley will now retreat back to his post. McCarthy glances to the clock. He's got 20 seconds. Hit the offense in motion. On the far side, Brett Rogers wraps it all the way around the post. Sends it back up top. McCarthy settles. 4 seconds to work with. Shot wide right. Coming from Jake Rust. 4/10 of a second. Lynchburg start play and then kill off the less than half a second remaining and carry a 10-goal lead into the final stanza. 15 minutes left to play between the Hornets and the Yellow Jackets. Lynchburg up 16-6. You're watching this contest on LHSN. When we come back, bring to you fourth quarter.
When you come to the University of Lynchburg to earn a master's degree in athletic training, you'll spend time in the classroom, but you'll also spend a lot of time in our top-notch facilities learning from athletic trainers and working closely with our student athletes. In the Graduate Cadaver Lab, you'll learn about the human body in the best way possible, by actually studying the human body. This will provide a foundation to make you a much better athletic trainer. In the athletic training laboratory, you'll get hands-on experience, practicing your skills, applying concepts from the classroom, and working with faculty on research projects. It's also where our hydrotherapy facilities are. This space is also used by students for studying and practicing skills outside of class time. In the Sports Medicine Clinic and Turner Gymnasium, you'll work with student athletes from more than 20 NCAA Division III sports teams, helping get them back to practice and into the game as soon as possible. As an athletic training student, you're a big part of the success of our sports teams and the success of the local athletic teams. We see this relationship as a win-win situation. You learn, and that helps us win.
Getting set for quarter number 4 between Lynchburg and Randolph-Macon. Running you through some of the stats before we have the face-off between Spots and Kraus. 35 shots to 22. Lynchburg with the edge over RMC. 11 shots on goal for the Yellow Jackets. 22 for Lynchburg. 5 saves for the Hornets keeper Tyler Hadley. 6 for Sam Maverna. And as we turn our focus to midfield, 15 face-off wins for Lynchburg, 10 Randolph-Macon. And the final stat, 15 turnovers for Randolph-Macon, 13 for Lynchburg. 8 call-outs generated by the Hornets defense, 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Darminio with the ground ball. Ahead for Lewis. 10-goal lead. Large the night for Lynchburg. And it has been a dominant showing for the Hornets. Certainly in the driver's seat to make it a 5-game win streak before they take on and play host to Bridgewater this upcoming Wednesday as a part of a women's and men's lacrosse doubleheader. Neves with an opening, flying ahead, and buries it home. Make the large lead of the night 11 for Lynchburg as Neves races to the sideline. 9th goal this season for the grad student, first of his night. Here it is again. This takes having a step on your defender a whole new level. Why not lay out? Create some real separation. Whistles. It is going to be Lynchburg possession. And it looks like that goal from Neves did not count, came from too close in front of Averna, so correction. Neves without his 9th goal this season. And it stays 16-6. Still got to appreciate the Superman-like effort from Neves. now a chance for Randolph-Macon to make it a essentially 2-goal swing. The Hornets not making it 17-6. Instead, Yellow Jackets can make the deficit back to single digits. Martin harassing Pritchard, sends him down to a knee before giving it back out. Marcilio down to 30 seconds on the shot clock. 34th all-time meeting between these two teams. Pass deflected. Settling underneath it is Darminio. He breaks to his right. Even numbers ahead. Darminio looking for his second tonight. Skips it past the keeper and over the top crossbar. Still in the hands of the Hornets. Rust. Defended by Riley Rain. Loses his footing. Sam Averna gathers for Randolph-Macon. Looking long. Pass picked off, for lack of a better term, by Merendon. Pass fake in front of Moyer. Gets past the first defender. Now it's Kazee trying to knock it loose. As Merendon gets the pass off intended for Lewis, jumping in front of it was R.J. Goodman. Another cause turnover tonight for the junior from Mount Airy, Maryland. Less than 12 to go till we reach our conclusion. 15-shot advantage for Lynchburg over Randolph-Macon, and it's actually more shots on goal for the Hornets at 24 than total shots for the Yellow Jackets at 22. Nice move from Smith. Finds some room against Martin. Hits the break, spins back to his right. Taking the shot. Kevin Andrews becomes another save for Hadley on the outlet. Martin breaks to his right, has Kenny. Swings it over to Lewis. Couldn't handle the pass initially. Lynchburg might have had a numbers advantage and an opening there for Lewis, but Lewis unable to handle the pass from Kenny. Lynchburg forced to slow down the tempo. Shot. Save for Sam Averna. Spears letting it fly. Currently a 10-goal lead over the last 3 meetings. Lynchburg has won by an average score of 14.7 goals per contest. So a little more narrow this afternoon or this evening. But still, between a battle of 2 of the top 4 teams in the conference, Lynchburg has looked as good as it gets. And speaking of the ODAC landscape, take an opportunity to catch you up to date on what else is going on around the conference. Hampton-Sydney picked up a road win earlier today against Shenandoah, 15-10. Big home win for WNL, 27-6, topping Guilford. And it was a 26-1 win for Roanoke over Randolph, who Lynchburg beat on Wednesday, 20-0. And, of course, this is the final game of the night. Lynchburg ahead 16 to now 7. As it's a hat trick tonight for Brandon Smith. He's up to 21 goals on the season. This is the first goal that wasn't on a man-up opportunity. But it counts all the same. The deficit down to 9 for the Yellow Jackets. Take another look here. Smith finds a little bit of room between 2 defenders. Nice pass coming from Tankersley. First assist tonight for Tankersley. He's up to 8 this season. Yellow Jackets with 6 assists tonight, 3 coming from Jack Smith. Co-Rookie of the Year for the ODAC last season. He's now got 25 assists this season. Meanwhile for Lynchburg, Kyle Lewis, a goal and 3 assists. 21 goals this season all told, 48 assists. Lewis continues to put up ridiculous numbers. Pass goes to Ryan Pritchard. Marsilio able to get it past Hadley and along the right post. First score tonight for the sophomore, 16th of his season. And it's now a 2-0 run for Randolph-Macon, making it a 16-8 game. Here's the goal one more time. Shot comes out of the stick of Pritchard with plenty of zip. 8-score difference, 9:10 to play. Face-off win and a ground ball gathered by Kraus. Lynchburg looks for their response. Kraus will take the shot. Didn't look on frame. Averna ready to field the shot either way. Cross midfield with a pass to Foti. Smith against Zingo. Pritchard for Brandon Smith. Smith cuts to his right, working against Blanchard. Shot was deflected. Heads towards the near side corner. Get a look at the Randolph-Macon sideline and Coach J.B. Sheridan. Big hit. Laid out by Merindon. Sent Tankersley down to the ground as the shot goes up the top crossbar. We'll get the official ruling. Merindon back into the penalty box. Show you the hit one more time. It's a minute unnecessary roughness as Merindon goes through Tankersley. Plenty of force. Fourth man-up opportunity tonight for Randolph-Macon. 2 for 3 so far this evening. 2 goals, both coming from Brandon Smith. It'll start on the far sideline with Smith. Jack Smith, that is. Brandon Smith had it for a moment at the top of the set. Up top, shot wide right, coming from Averna. Lynchburg really has done a good job slowing down a more than lethal goal scorer. That's the 4th shot taken by Averna tonight. 1 goal, no assists. Couple turnovers as well for Averna. Popped out of the stick of Marsilio. Pass goes ahead for Darminio. Picks it up. Lynchburg now with a chance to drain the remaining man up. Time left on the clock for Randolph-Macon. Neves finds Lewis. No rush for the Hornets. Lewis gives to Russ. Russ for Mitchell. Sends it back clockwise with Lewis now. Spin plus a screen set by Neves. Lewis retreats back, finds Mitchell, defended by Minder. Now it's Kenny with a hat trick already tonight. Looking for more this time round. Lays it off to Neves. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Neves in front of Moyer. Additional pressure comes from Minder. Pass. Open over the head of a couple of intended targets potentially for Lynchburg, and it makes its way to midfield, and it's picked up by Averna. Empty possession for Lynchburg. Gives away an opportunity for Randolph-Macon to continue eating away. 1 point, a 10-goal lead, 2-0 run. Has it the 16-8 score where we are now with less than 6 to play. And despite the score, no rush from Randolph-Macon. Tankersley now in motion. Taking a shot, leaving it wide to the posts. Freshman from Baltimore. Stands at the top of the formation. It's Jack Smith on the far side. Takes the screen. Set by Andrews. Blanchard defending. Jack Smith is 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Bring it to the near side. Now it's Rodegast. The flag going up. Likely a slash. Clock down to 10. Randolph-Macon playing with house money now. Shot wide left. And we'll get the ruling. Give you another look. You see the switch here? And it is a slash going against Rodegast. 1 minute penalty. See the senior from Dallas, Texas. Down to a knee. Yet another man-up opportunity for Randolph-Macon. Fifth of the ninth, they're 2 for 4 to this point in the game. As you see, referee giving the explanation to Coach Kadelka. He and Seamus McDonald head up. Defensive effort for the Hornets with Evan Lombardo and assistant coach Colin McGuire. Lead the way on the offensive end. Jack Smith. Now Brandon Smith. Marsilio. Had the right idea. Tiffy was the intended target. Pass was broken up. Yellow Jackets keep up the pressure. Good pass ahead, though. Miles Lynchburg to complete the clear. It's Jeremy Johnson looking long and connecting with Brett Rogers. Johnson with a nice play. Junior and a hometown product. Went to EC Glass High School, maybe 6 to 8 minutes away from the campus of the University of Lynchburg. Lewis back out to Brett Rogers. Rogers breaks to his left, can't find any space. Gives off to Kenny. Kenny collects goal number 4 to his night. Now 56 scores this season for Ryan Kenny. Show you again. Able to sneak it between the far side post and Averna. Kenny a marksman, to say the least. His first goal says the third. All in all, his second of the second half. Scoring's been evenly distributed tonight for Kenny. Kraus loses control. And Darminio picks it up again for Lynchburg. Darminio set career high earlier this season with 10 ground balls picked up against Washington and Lee. And where we stand now, he's at 9. Make it 10, the most recent ground ball, tying a career best for Darminio. Mitchell, 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking for Neves. Pass off the mark. Rolls out to midfield, picked up by Tiffy. Over the shoulder pass, looking for Moyer. Can't complete it, backing up the play. Averna keeps the possession alive. Yellow Jackets forced to reset. So we approach the 2-minute mark. Andrews has Averna. Pass fake. Averna still with it. Peter Robinson. Task of slowing him down. Jack Smith. 3 assists tonight, no scores. He'll take the shot. Waiting patiently is Hadley. Robinson, through plenty of traffic, gets it across midfield. There's about a 12-second difference between shot and game clock. Timeout called on the field. We'll step aside and come back with the conclusion. Lynchburg out in front by 9, leading the Yellow Jackets 17-8. When we come back, we will have a victor. 34th all-time meeting between Lynchburg and Randolph-Macon on LHSN.
Living the dream. USA, Mexico. That was so exciting.
Today's a rough day. Jess and I are officially on a break. The couple canoe has broken up.
It's not.
How you feeling? Living the dream. Just canoeing.
Welcome back to Schellenberger Field. Down to 1 minute and 12 seconds left to be played between these two sides. Lynchburg in the driver's seat. And the Hornets will improve to 11-4 this season, 7-1 in conference play as Lewis looks for his second score tonight, denied by Averna. And on the other side, Randolph-Macon, see their 3-game losing streak or winning streak, come to a close with a loss tonight. They'll fall to 9-6 on the season, 5-3 against ODAC foes. And next up for both teams, a pair of home games. Randolph-Macon will play host to Ferrum with Lynchburg taking on Bridgewater Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Marcilio tries to skip it past Patrick Moore, the new keeper for Lynchburg. Moore nets his first save. The shot clock turned off. Lynchburg with a chance to kill off the remaining time. Race to midfield, and just getting it across is Owen Hacker. Whistles on the play will bring the possession to an early close for Lynchburg. 8.1 seconds to go. And Moore collects a second save just ahead of the final buzzer. Your final verdict, 17-8, Lynchburg. And improves to 33-1 all time against Randolph-Macon. The Yellow Jackets see their 3-game winning streak come to a close. Lynchburg pushes their win streak to 5 consecutive W's. Fun battle between these two sides. Give you some final thoughts, then we'll get you out of here. Randolph-Macon ran into a buzzsaw. Lynchburg's playing a great brand of lacrosse, and sometimes it's hard to keep up, and that was certainly the case. The Lynchburg offense put a ton of pressure on the Yellow Jackets defense. And you look at 5-0 run to open up the contest. That felt like it set the tone for this contest. So for Randolph-Macon, 2 more games to kind of get back on track, get the momentum back on your side before you get into postseason action again, playing host to Ferrum on Wednesday before traveling to Guilford next Saturday. And for Lynchburg, it's a 5-game win streak ahead of Wednesday's clash with the Bridgewater Eagles, then ending the regular season at Hampton-Sydney on the 30th. And it was more of the same tonight for Lynchburg. Not quite a double-digit victory like it had been in each of the prior 4, but 9-goal win against the number 4 team in the conference standings, certainly something that Coach Kudelka and company will be pleased with. That'll do it for us at Schellenberger Field. Lynchburg comes away with a 17-8 win over Randolph-Macon. I'd like to give a shout out to my director, Sam Rice, the rest of our fantastic LHSN broadcast crew. My name's CJ Wingert, and until next time, we are signing off.